The combination of scary appearance and giant body will kill anyone's courage as these giant lobsters do. We often see lobsters in restaurants with a small and standard size, but these 6 lobsters are the most giant in history that not only you can eat them, but also they can eat you. Stay with us until the end of the video because you may not believe the last one because it is bigger than the Guinness record holder. Number 6. Big Dipper Lobster. In 2015, a photo of a fisherman holding a massive lobster posted to Facebook went viral. The man, Ricky Louis Felice Jr., was working as a deckhand on the Big Dipper, a lobster boat based out of Friendship, Maine. The crew of the Big Dipper said that the lobster was the biggest they had ever seen and estimated that it weighed about 20 pounds. Since the lobster was much larger than Maine's legal limit, the crew had to let the lobster go. Felice and the crew said that they hope to run across the lobster again someday. Number 5. George. George is one of the most famous lobsters on this list because his story was featured in many international news publications. However, George was featured for his age and not his size, which was only about 20 pounds. According to PETA, who helped get George released, and the City Crab and Seafood Restaurant, George was believed to be 140 years old. George may have been the oldest lobster ever captured. George was caught off the coast of Newfoundland, Canada and sold to the City Crab and Seafood Restaurant. He lived at the restaurant for 10 days before a customer reported the lobster to PETA, who begged the restaurant to release him. Restaurant manager Keith Valenti said that the restaurant never planned to sell the giant lobster to anyone to eat, but just wanted to drum up some attention. Number 4. Louie. Unlike the other lobsters on this list, Louie the lobster wasn't necessarily a lucky find. Instead, Louie had been living in captivity at a restaurant called Peter's Clam Bar in Hempstead, New York for over 20 years. Over the years, Louie had grown to his last known size of 22 pounds. Butch Yamali, the owner of Peter's Clam Bar, decided to release Louie in 2015 after a customer came in on Father's Day and tried to offer Yamali $1,000 to eat Louie. Yamali decided instead to release Louie and even invited town officials to the ceremony. Please like this video to continue. Number 3. Rocky. A lobster nicknamed Rocky was caught off the coast of Maine in 2012 and was described as being the same size as a 3-year-old child. Rocky was caught in a shrimping net and brought to the Maine State Aquarium. This child-sized lobster weighed 27 pounds and was over 40 inches. Most of Rocky's weight was in his claws, would break your arm. Fortunately for Rocky, he was released back into the wild near the aquarium. Number 2. Guinness World Record holder. According to Guinness World Records, the largest lobster caught was 44 pounds 6 ounces. The lobster was caught off the coast of Nova Scotia, Canada in 1977. Like most of the world's largest lobsters, the Guinness World Record holder was an American North Atlantic lobster. The Maine Department of Marine Resources estimates that this lobster may have been about 100 years old. Have you ever seen lobsters this big? Tell me in the comments. And number 1. World's largest Maine lobster. There isn't much information about this massive 51.5-pound lobster that was caught in Maine in 1926. The only evidence that it is the largest lobster ever found comes from a picture from a blog discussing some of the world's biggest lobsters. From the photo, it does appear that the lobster was quite large. It was reportedly 33 inches in length and its claws were 50.5 inches. If you like these type of videos, be sure to watch the next ones.